stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Bills, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. On the counter, it's Henry. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down. On third down, Henry. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 25 on second down, Allen. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Allen. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there for the Bills. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And the catch made by Walters. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate. Got the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just...
Touchdown, Bills! Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 11 now. The toss right to Henry. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. A toss left, Henry. He's still on his feet. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 38-yard line. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And Davis with it left side. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Carlos Basham able to make the play defensively.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. They run the counter. Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
90 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return is Henderson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. On the move to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Allen will try again on second down. He'll buy some, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Perkins. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Perkins. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Allen off the play fake. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And this will get him all the way inside the Tennessee 20. A big play here for Buffalo. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Henry. Fights off the defender. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 122 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Looking to throw on second down. Perkins. This will be caught by Brown.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On first down, it's Henry. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Henry again on second down. Pushes him over.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Off the play fake, Perkins. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. throwing on 3rd and long. Perkins. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. It showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and through. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play here for Buffalo.
I don't know about you, but I haven't met a receiver yet that doesn't like to run post routes.
And Odell Beckham Jr., he loves post routes, doesn't he?
He really does, and I think the reason he's so successful with them, as we just saw there, is the intensity with which he runs the route. I mean, even when you know it's coming and you're covering it well, his intensity seems to win the day for him.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's going to let it go again. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills. Breida. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now Allen steps away toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good decision there. He was looking, and he was looking, but the coverage was excellent. Nice job to get rid of it and try and find something better on 3rd and goal. He didn't let that clock accelerate and force him into an error.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
To throw on second down, Perkins. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. First down and much more for Henry. And running with power here. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 23-yard line. A big play there out of the running game.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They run the counter. Henry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return is Henderson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Allen. And that is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Here's Allen.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Titans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.